Hello students, today we are going to learn about Science Chapter 4 and I hope you will enjoy this video. And at first we need to know what is science and what we are going to cover in this Chapter 4, Form 4 Chapter 1. So basically in science you all know that we all will do a lot of experiment, and actually science is about experiment. Something that you cannot prove by conclusion or is not fact is not science. Science must have a concrete evidence. Let's say the teacher might ask you, or any people might ask you, let's say we want to show that an experiment, somebody say plant needs water to grow. Plants need water to grow. We all know that plants need water to grow. How can you prove it? But throughout Form 4, Form 5, even Form 1, or I would say Standard 1 until Form 5, we are going to learn how to conduct a proper experiment. And we are repeating back actually the same from Form 1, Chapter 1, which we have identification of problem, hypothesis, the planning, the procedure, and how until we get the conclusion. So first we need to learn what is an hypothesis first. For example, hypothesis is something that we want to test. For example, plants need water to grow. So this is the hypothesis. For Form 1 until Form 5, your hypothesis will be same as conclusion. Unless you go to college, then maybe the conclusion, hypothesis rejected, plant do not need water to grow. But from 1 to Form 5, the hypothesis will be always the same as conclusion. So for example, how to test? First thing we need to know is the variable, which many students tend to confuse. What is manipulated variable, what is responding, and what is constant variable. For example, we want to study plant need water to grow. So manipulated, if you know the dictionary, you search the word manipulated, it's something that you can manipulate, something that you can change. What is the thing that we want to change here in this experiment, that we want to change to get the conclusion? I would say is the presence of water. Presence of water. Okay? Presence of water, the thing that we need to change. Why I would say like this? Let's say this is plant A and plant B. How we can do this experiment? This is plant A, okay, and this is plant B. Okay, so plant A we are going to put water, and plant B we are not going to put water, and we are going to leave it for a few days to test whether really plant need water to survive. So the thing that we want to change is the presence of water. The responding is the word that respond. What is the effect of the experiment? So what is the effect of the experiment? You all know already. Why don't you try to think? Can? Okay. The responding will be the plant, whether it will grow or it will survive. Okay. So I would put maybe either you can put it will grow or it will survive. I would say the survival of plant, or you can write the growth of plant. Okay, I didn't write it but you can write the growth of plant, because if you don't have water, it won't grow as well. So there's a few answers, and usually a good science teacher will accept there's a few answers. Okay, and constant variable is the thing that you cannot change. I just write here change so that you always remember. Manipulated is the thing that can change in order to get the result. This is the effect. Responding is the effect. And constant variable is the thing that you cannot change so that the whole experiment will be fair. So I would say cannot change. For to be fair. Okay, what's the thing that I want to say about cannot change and to be fair? There are a lot of variables that affect it. For example, sunlight. Okay, let's say there's a lot of constant variable. Let's say I just put here sunlight. Okay, why I want to put sunlight? We want to test plant needs water to grow. But if in this experiment I put, let's say, plant A with water, plant B without water. But if I put, for example, if I put here don't have sunlight, and here I put with sunlight, can this experiment work? No, it can't, because this experiment won't be fair. You cannot test it, it's other variable. So the thing that we cannot change is the sunlight. We cannot change the sunlight. There's a few answers. We cannot change the sunlight. Maybe we cannot change the type of plant. We cannot use plant A is cactus and then plant B is whatever, rose or whatever. We cannot change maybe the soil, we cannot change. Maybe we cannot change the size of the plant. You cannot take a size plant A big, size plant B small. So basically this is the basic thing that you need to know. Concept variable. There will be a few, but usually in SPM you just need to write, usually it's one answer or two answers. So the other thing that I want to teach in this video is inference. In the inference, something that is something like hypothesis. It's like some early conclusion that you want to make. It could be true, it couldn't be, it could be not true. For example, plant need water to grow. So the inference will be maybe plant need water to grow, or water will help plant to grow. So there will be a few inference. And as you go on and you study more, don't worry that you do not know what is inference, but as you study more in every experiment, you will know what is inference if you really put time to study it. But what is important in this video is you must understand what is manipulated, responding, and constant. Because Form 4 and Form 5, they will always ask you the same thing again. And if you are unable to do these three things that I would say is like the most basic, you will stuck in almost every experiment or every question. So yes, that's all for today, and we are going to continue our next video.